You don't really interview Cassius Clay. What you do is you turn on the cameras and then Clay turns himself on. But there are really two persons. Clay, perhaps the best heavyweight boxer the world has known, and then Muhammad Ali, the religious zealot, speaking in that strange poetry that combines the parables of the Islamic faith with the ghetto directness of the American Negro. Norm Perry went to Chicago 4W5 this week to see how the Clay-Ali partnership is making out.
Will attack me like governors and senators and mayors trying to win certain elections or running me out of certain states. And it's so hot when I'm fighting. It's not just another boxer. They did want to see me beat because this is what I wanted them to do. This is why I talked like I did. This is why I predicted. For an example, I saw a wrestler once named Gorgeous George.
Yeah, I remember.
And Gorgeous George was in this TV station one night. I was just a little kid coming up. He said, "I'm going to annihilate the bum. I'm too beautiful to be a wrestler. Look at my beautiful blonde hair. If he mess up this hair, I'll kill him. I'll annihilate the bum. I'm going to beat him till he won't know where he is. And if you keep talking about him, I'm going to walk off of your show." And the announcer said, "Well, I think he's a good wrestler." And he acted like he was going to hit the announcer. And one of his trainers grabbed him and he said, "I'm leaving this joint now and come to the arena tomorrow because I'm going to take everything that you did to me out on him." And I went to the Las Vegas Convention Center that night, and the place was jam-packed with people. Cars was lined up for miles. They hated Gorgeous George. They wanted him beat, but they paid $100 for a ringside seat. And I know this wrestling, many of this stuff is a phony, but still, they came. So Gorgeous George walked out with his pretty silver hair, and he had two blondes carrying his robe for him, and he was walking so proud, and people was boo, throwing popcorn at him. He said, "Ah, you bums." Oh, he was hollering at the fans. "Oh, I don't care nothing about you. Oh, get out of here. Oh, you ain't nothing." And the people were so mad, and when Gorgeous George came out, if he got hit, they just jumped. So I got this from Gorgeous George. I said, this is a good idea. Look, he's getting rich. So I start talking. "I am the greatest. I cannot be beat. I'm too pretty to be a fighter. If you keep talking jive, you'll fall in 5. If that don't do, I'll get you in 2. You big ugly bear, you rabbit, you let me go. I'll get him now." I told my boys, I would tell all of my boys. I said, "Now, when Sonny Lister walks out now, when I scratch my head, I'm going to charge him. You all grab me." I said, "I'm going to get you, you big bear. I can't wait. Let's get it on now." And I scratched my head, and I started running after my boys grabbed me. I said, "Hold me now." I said, "Let me go. Let me go." I said, Don't let me go now. Hold me. Don't let me go. Hold me. Let me go." And everybody was so mad. And the night I fought Lister, I told my trainer, Angelo, I said, "Angelo, how'd it look?" He said, "The place is jam-packed." I said, "Good. We're tricking the whole world."
Clay probably didn't find the conversion to Islam too hard to take. The Islams encourage you, Muslims, to hate your enemies, and that can't do you any harm as a boxer. The Muslim fight in America centers on establishing a black state where Negroes can be separate yet equal. Under the American Muslim leader, Elijah Muhammad, Clay has been elevated to the ministry, and that's his rationale for refusing to be drafted into the U.S. Army. It's a position that could cost him 5 years in jail if his appeal fails. Here then is Clay's alter ego, Muhammad Ali, speaking in those monologues which his critics use to question the level of his intelligence, but which fascinate others.
I follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he teaches us that Almighty God didn't only teach him that the white man is our enemy, that the white man is the devil, the actual devil. This is what he teaches us, and naturally we follow him.
Your leader teaches you that the white man is the devil.
That God taught him, Allah. He didn't know it himself until 1930, that the way we have been treated, and that it will take a man of a devil nature to lynch a people for 400 years, to rape and burn a people, to hang them up, burn them with gasoline, cut pregnant women's stomach open before the baby's born, tie iron weights on their tongues so that we can't swallow our own saliva, feed us out of troughs like hogs. For 310 years, we were just outright. Read this book called 100 Years of Lynching. It'll make you cry to read the first 2 pages to what the white man has done to us and is still doing. So Elijah teaches us that if the white man is not a devil, then he'll do until the real devil gets here. A devil is just an evil, wicked person. And no one can be no more evil to us than the American white man has been. So I think he's right when he says that God taught him that the white man is the devil, and I think it's up to the white man to prove that he's not the devil, or to at least defend himself by saying Elijah Muhammad is lying. We're not devils, but the white man never say nothing. All we want from white people is respect. We're not looking for you to hug us or to kiss us. We're not sissies.
You don't want to marry my sister.
No, we don't want to go marry out of our own kind. We are taught that any intelligent black man or any intelligent black woman wants sons and daughters that look like themselves. Any intelligent white man or any intelligent white woman wants sons and daughters that look like themselves. And this is just human nature for a man to want a son to look like him. And I wouldn't want to introduce my children as little spotted up, blonde-headed, blue-eyed, mixed-up children. I'm sure any intelligent white wouldn't want to introduce his children or his grandchildren as little kinky-haired, mixed-up, brown-skinned children. So this is just human nature. So I love what God created. He made me black. He made you white. He made some yellow. He made some red. And it's destroying God's creation. I love my culture. Chinese loves his culture. The Mexican loves his culture. And a man hates his own kind to want to intermix and lose his own identity in his beautiful history.
Is that not exactly the same thing as the Southern whites are saying? You be black, I'll be white, you go your way, I'll go my way.
They're right. I'm with them, Southern whites. Yes, sir. Every man should go with his own. Even God made things to be separated. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds, red birds with red birds. They get all mixed up, and the bluebirds go their way, the red birds go their way. I see red ants in the cracks of the sidewalks with the red ants. And they're not even human beings. They just know they shouldn't be with each other. I see a black ant over here, then all the red ants are dragging them. They're fighting. They can't get along. And we are taught that black children should learn about their own culture, not about England, not about France, not about Rome. They should learn about Asia and Africa. They should learn about their own black selves and not be whitewashed. That's why they're so sick today, worrying you to death, marrying your daughter, worrying you in your neighborhood because you taught him Mary had little and his feet as white as snow. You taught him about Snow White, Santa Claus was white, Miss America was white, Miss Universe was white, Miss World is white, Tarzan, the king of the jungle in Africa, he's white, White Owl cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tawny the flow wax, White Plus toothpaste, can't go to heaven till he's washing lamb birds, he's white as snow, they teach him in the church. When they get to heaven, he walk in a milky white way. All the good guys and good cowboys ride the white horses, wear the white hats. The president live in a White House. He's taught that if you got a good memory, they have old saying here in America that you got a memory like a white elephant. They got angel food cake in the grocery stores. That's the white cake. And the devil food cake is the chocolate cake. So we don't think they should go to schools that teach them like this. They should be taught and trained by their own black teachers, at least to the 6th grade. Brainwashed to learn his own, love his own self. Brainwashed to know his own history and culture. And then he can go to any school he wants. But first, from little babies, we believe that they should be separated and sent just to their own schools. You have America's wealth. You have the heavyweight title if you want it. London, Paris, all type parties, Rome. You can be a top movie star. You can be a recording artist, endorsements, TV commercials, or prison for your religion. Which one do you want? I choose the prison. I don't want to go to jail. Don't know a man's a fool to want to go to jail. So, as you say, I could. Many boys here run and go to Canada. But my people in America are fighting for their freedom, justice, and equality. And I'd be a coward to leave just because I can afford to. I wouldn't leave my mother and father for a few years in a prison. I wouldn't leave my brother, my wife, my little niece, and my people struggle. I'd be my leading teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'd be a fool to leave here forever just for a few years in prison. If Allah created the sun, if he created the moon, if he created the stars, if he controlled earthquakes, tornadoes, accidents, disasters, I fear him more than I fear the punishment of white people in America. When I go in a jet plane tomorrow, traveling at 36,000 feet at a speed of 600 miles an hour, and if that thing hit that hard wind turbulence, that plane starts shaking, I don't call on the draft board, I don't call on the pilot, I don't call on Uncle Sam, I call on Allah, and he brings me out of that turbulence. So it's child's play going to jail for Allah. It's an honor being in jail for Allah, my God, my people, and their freedom. I love it. And if they said tomorrow you face machine guns if you don't go against your religion, I'll say, shoot me now.